Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. You join us once more in the map editor once more and the cartographer, where we are creating this incredibly large island. It is huge by anybody's standards. We have struggled to fit it into the island square, the map square. Wow, it is loosely based off of the first Jurassic Park film. So Isla... no, which one's Isla Sorna? No, that's Island B. So Island A, I guess. We have labs, we have buildings, we have trees, we have forests. Last time we went and we put a bunch of items down in this world, and it is very, very detailed. We have a breakwater, complete with little mast thing, which is actually, if we look underwater, an entire boat. We just used the end of the boat, just the one little bit, because that's how creative we are being here. We've got little, well, not jumping puzzles, but jumping traps, because when we put sharks here and you fail the jump, you're getting eaten. But what's here? Well, we've got lanterns, toys and trinkets for people to find. We've got areas for growing plants, nice flat areas. We've got old fences for keeping in dinosaurs. Like I said, buildings? Did I say buildings? Because we've got buildings. And we have jetties, we have wrecks, we have cool looking beaches. I'm saying I really like this beach. But underwater, boop, there's traps. Yep. Well, traps, if you happen to be swimming with the sharks are not nice in this game. Not like real sharks. They'll eat your face off. Well, actually, having said that, tiger sharks might actually eat your face off. And great whites. Unless they're pregnant, weirdly. In which case, then they're kind of safe to swim with, but I wouldn't, leap into the sea and go looking for a great white to swim with. Find someone who knows what they're doing if you want to do that sort of stuff. We've got cool places to look out from, so you can stand and forlornly look out to sea and go, "Oh, I wish there weren't so many sharks. They're trying to eat my face off, no?" We've got multiple tiers. We've got the top tier, we've got the midsection, and we've got the beach. We got levels, and we've got little surprises tucked away. Cool. And like I said, very close to the abyss. This is very, very tight, this map. So last time we put in a bunch of objects so that players come into this island can actually build, they can farm, they can do stuff. I was hoping we could get the foliage pass in last episode, but we didn't manage to do it. So, if you're joining us for the first time, there are a bunch of episodes. This island has probably taken the longest time to build, and each episode is well worth just looking at. So, but if you are joining us, we are using WSAD to move. We're using Q to go down, E to go up. We're holding the right mouse button to pan the camera around. We are using C to clone an object, delete to delete it, because that's what you can do. If you have an object selected, you can hit R to rotate, T to transform, F will focus on the object, and I think that's everything you need to know. Is that everything you need to know? Probably not. There are some other things you might need to go to school for. But everything in the game, everything in the map editor, yeah, that's basically everything you need to know. So what we're doing this time, we are going to be plugging up the holes in the terrain with plants. I'm glad we could get this one out. I've been trying to do this video for 3 days now, and my neighbors have been noisy as Yeah, I need to do some soundproofing or something. Basically every window in this place is a sash window, and when everyone is screaming in the garden like they're in a horror film, weirdly screaming for someone called Brian, and I think Brian was one of the kids who had a hose pipe, not the kid swinging around with the bicycle, literally on the spot, holding the handlebars, spinning around, screaming. I've had an interesting weekend. Yeah, let's do it. Let's fill these gaps. So all the plants that are here, all the plants that you can see, are ones we put down to create little vignettes. So the forest is a vignette, and we go through here, and it looks very nice. And once all the grass is in, it's going to be super. We have the sandy area with the sort of underground lab. Again, you can't get in that because, well, you can't cross through the island mesh. But the underground lab is actually terrifying. Everything gets a bit scary when you go under the island. It's a sea fort. It's just the top of the sea fort. We're using things creatively because why not? We have other areas. We have coastal areas. Yeah, we've got stuff going on. But there are times when you will cruise along and you'll be thinking, this area needs something. But we don't really have time. I mean, we don't have all the time in the world to go and craft everything. So what we're going to do is we are just going to plug those holes. We're going to hit trees because that's what we're going to do. And you're thinking, I can feel what's coming. Just shaking it out. Well, we can't use the pine trees. Wait, what? It says we can. We can, but we already reached the maximum limit. There's a little bug where you can, once you get to the maximum limit, click off, click back on again, and it'll allow you to drag one more out of the toolbox. But we said we weren't going to do that. We aren't going to do that. So we're not going to go too close to the maximum limit for things like that. But the palm trees. We can go ham with the palm trees. And why would we not do that? We're going to put it down in the ground. We're going to hit R to rotate. We're going to give it a little rotate. Two things we need to make sure. We need to make sure that trunk is not floating. Because there's a lot of trees on this island already. But we don't want any of them to float. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tuck some trees in. We're going to use palm 1. And we can use them on the interior. I don't like using palm trees on the interior. But we can. We can. It's not a problem. It's just a personal preference. A personal preference, which is probably going to take up an incredible amount of time. As we just drag some other plants. Press R, give it a little rotate, give it a spin. Because anything you pull out of the toolbox, pressing T, anything you pull out of the toolbox is not going to be, you don't want it all orientated in the same direction. Also, you don't want leaves touching things. There we go. Oh no, I can already feel it starting. I'm just going to hit rocks. We're going to go shoreline rock. Where are you? Shoreline rock 2. Don't use shoreline rock 1. Do not do that. As soon as you let go of this bad boy, you will not be able to click on it again to move it. Shoreline rock 1 will destroy your map if you can't find a place to place it. I mean, if you beans it, you really will beans it. I'm going to do this. We're going to put that down a little bit. There we go. Why did you do that? Just a little bit of interest in it. Just a little bit of interest. And we can do this. Just a little bit more interest. There'll be grass and stuff around it, even through it, over it. Doesn't matter. Dunzo. I mean, that's literally what we are going to be doing. Words. Where are you today? So yeah, clicking like a madman, like an absolute madman. Noting that all these trees are different heights is kind of cool. But wait, what happens if you use 2 trees? And we're not going to spin that one. We don't need to. Or do we? Just have a little look. No, that's different orientation. Because we're putting them like different heights on the hillside, it's not going to be so noticeable that all these palm trees are like the same size or whatever. So we don't need to worry too much about that. Excellent. That one's going to be spun. See, look. These 3, all basically the same, all kind of different. Fills in that area nicely. Don't need to do too much more. Do we need a Kura? No, we don't. Do we need this? I know one of these plants, and I mean, it's lazy of me. I did not check the experimental notes to see which of these plants is going to be taken out. These little ground-loving plants. And I'm like, you know what? Do I need to know? No, it'll be a surprise. When the map breaks, it'll be a surprise for us. And then we'll throw in a ficus, because why not? Why not? Just a cheeky ficus. There we go. I don't like it. I don't like it. I just realised there's a ficus right there. I'm like, ooh. Oh, let's open that area up. Let's keep it breathing. Bush? Hello. Hello. Yeah. There we go. Can we get bush in there? I don't like bush, but we got to use it. Boop. We're going to jam it right down in the ground. But wait. Yeah, we are waiting. But wait. Oh yeah, it looks much bigger because the model in the map editor is weird. So that's going to be a lot bigger than it should be. Done. Dunzo, moving on. We're going to move on now. We are moving on. I just want to keep fiddling with that one little area, but I'm gonna move on. Do we need anything here? It's kind of a big open beach already. We've got these trees in the water. I'm now looking at this. All the plants and stuff on the left hand side. So those ones sort of over there. We look out to sea. So everything where that circle is, with the exception of the pine trees, is kind of new. So these palms, yeah, it just fills in a gap that you didn't know was there. So from a player's point of view, it does look a little bit more. So that's cool. We don't need so much stuff here because it's kind of bleak and desolate. We know this because that's how we created it. We're going to click on terrain and objects just to get rid of that. Here though, again, this is one of those places that I said, I'll come back to. And I will come back to it. I'll come back to it right now. We're going to do exactly the same thing as we've done before. We've done it before, we'll do it again until we get good at it. So the shoreline rock too is so useful. So useful. It is basically your life hack. I'm going to delete that, move it over here. Because when you first drag it out of the toolbox, it snaps to whatever terrain or objects already there. If you move it, then it loses the snap ability. I'm going to put that there. Why are you doing that? Because I can. Also, it gives a nice key to the plants. Wait, what? Yeah. Plants. Pine. Not pine. Huh. Palm. There we go. Pop the palm in there. Give it a rotate. Other palm. Big palm. Now throw a big palm. Press T. Drop it down a little bit. Rotate. Boom. We have young palm. Palm frond. Young palm. We'll throw a couple of these bad boys in there. One can go there. And one can go boop, 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 boop. Oh, we haven't thrown any young palms in yet. Good source of fibrous leaves. Good source of fiber. Probably should do that. Yeah, let's do that. Quickly, little young palm there. Boom. Just what? Circle of life camera, come on. Oh yeah, we have no control over the camera speed, by the way. That is something that we do not have any control over. So these bad boys just go in, give a little spin. I'm only going to put them on the beach, I think. Yeah, because they're easier to spot on the beach. So a little young palm there. Boop. Cool. What about here? Yeah, just a little bit of decoration, because these things will regrow. As soon as you've harvested them for parts, they will regrow. We've got some rocks here. We should probably throw some literal... Oh, they're items, aren't they? See, every time we start working on something, we slow down. Oh, there's so much to do. So much detail. There we go. Rock. Physics object. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's what we were doing before. That's what we'll do now. We're going to do any more with that? No, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. We're going to go back to terrain objects to deselect everything. We are going to go back to items. Close that. Trees. Brilliant. Scroll down. Hello, scrolly. Scrolly. Palm. Your LOD doesn't work. In the map editor, the top of the palm bunch just disappears. Don't worry about that. In the actual game, it'll be fine. Palm 1, you're big. Hello, I like you. Let's drop you down. I'm just worried that actually in game, I'm just going to go up here a second. Do something. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't obscure the view too much, but it does fill this little grassy. I mean, this will be covered in grass for most people. Unless you're on a laptop or unless you're on a super low power system, it will be covered in grass, so that'll be fine. Let's move that diagonally, rotate T, a little bit of a, just check, eyeball it, make sure it's not in anything. Nope. Cool. So now we've filled the beach up with this stuff here. Oh, what's going on? It almost looks professional. What we are doing. Maybe ficus? I mean, I'll take it. Baby ficus, can you go down here somewhere? I guess so. I guess if you go there, and then we grab a rock. Shoreline rock. Surely not. No. We're going to just grab a big rock and do something real quick. Super quick. Super clean. Super green. Okay. Just because otherwise it's just on its own in the middle of nowhere, and I just don't like having the plants on their own. I mean, now we've got rocks, we got trees, we got stuff, and now we can just throw a quick plant. I mean, this is not meant to be. We're not redesigning the island. What we are doing is we are throwing stuff down, which can. There we go, done. Which can just fill in the holes what we have left. That's what we're doing. Got to remember that. I'm having to remember that as much as anyone else. So good. Palm tree. You want to go there? You feel like you want to go there. Yes, you do. There you go. Done. I think that's probably not the right place for that. We can probably move you over here. As long as you're in the ground, you should be okay. You're in the ground. Boop. There you go. And these palm trees, if you don't like them, you can cut them down. You literally just chop them down. Just chippity chop. Chip chop. Gone. Dunzo. Just out of here. Audi 500. So that's actually a really good way of saying to a player, you know what? If you don't like it, get rid of it. You are your own forestry commission, or decommission, or deforestry commission, or whatever you want to be. So a little plant, yeah. Back up, pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. That's House of Pain. House of Pain, which is an Irish rap group of all things. We don't have any driftwood piles. Probably should have a driftwood pile somewhere. Boop. There we go. Driftwood. It suddenly looks so much better. Suddenly looks so much better. So, what we're going to do is just literally just go around the outside like the Buffalo Girls, and throw in stuff like this. Do we need? Does this feel right? It doesn't really feel right. There's something missing. I think we're going to go back to ficus. Pine, palm, ficus. We already have it selected. What am I doing? What did my life become? Because I want a sort of woody feel. Got to make sure we keep an eye on things as they. There we go. That's better. And something in here maybe. Ooh, would you like? I was gonna say bush. No. There we go. T to tango, and then we just push that down, and then it's probably enough in it. It's probably enough. A rock maybe. Trees, items. Just a little rock. Just a little one. Just a little one. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Done. Donezo. We're cool. We cool? We cool. Yeah, so suddenly it becomes a little bit more everything. I feel so much better, and we haven't really done that much to it. We've just thrown some stuff in. It just gets rid of some of that cliff edge, that cliff face, because it's all grey. The cliff is grey. It's kind of boring. It's broken up by the green. We've added some areas of shadow, shade, added some stuff to the shore. Brilliant. I mean, we are so just cooking on gas here. This bit caught my eye last time. This bit here. Look at it. What is going on here? Terrain objects. Okay, fine. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go shoreline rock. Hello. That is the right shoreline rock. It just fits right here. In fact, we could probably use two of them. There's nothing stopping us from using two of them. Boom. Is that right? Does it feel right? That feels right. That's better. So we've used one which is a large area. The other one is not so much of a large area. That kind of feels a lot better. Oh, what are you going to do now? You're going to throw some trees in there? You know what? I think I might do that. I think I might actually do that. Not pines, palms. They both begin with P. I'm having not a mental breakdown, but like a cognitive disconnect every time I look at the P's. It's like palm? No, pine. Yes, absolutely, pine trees. So we're just tucking them in between the rocks because coconuts float. They float between islands, and they're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna sit here, and I'm gonna be a I'm going to be a tree. Today, I'm going to be a tree. So, alright. Rotate. Boom. There we go. The rotate is important, so it doesn't look like you've just cloned a bunch of stuff in. Now we've got this kind of curious flat area here. Let's kind of sorted that out neatly. What are we going to do? Ficus. What are we going to do? Ficus. Focus. Nope, ficus. There we go. And again, the ficus can be chopped down. The little ones can at any rate. So we'll do that. Boom. And it creates sort of different little paths and shadows and stuff. I like it. I like it. And again, remember that there's gonna be stuff here. There's gonna be stuff here, Pookie. Do I want this somewhere? Is this too much? Too much? There's the question. Boop. Definitely has that feel of being too much. Don't feel right, get rid of it. Here's my advice. Yeah, put a little baby ficus in. I'll do it! I mean, do anything to it? No, that's it. That's done. We can leave it there. Are we gonna throw it in a bush? No. Are we gonna throw in a big leafy plant? Yes. Because there's other leafy plants there. Oh, there's nanas. I do like the nana plant. It really wrecks your feet if you try and walk over it though. It's a weird plant. Let's throw this bad boy down somewhere. Or maybe not. Maybe... I'm going to go and put that there. I don't know where we are at the moment. We're in a tree, okay. Something bad happened. If you have that, just take whatever you dragged, put it back in the toolbox and let go. You won't place anything on the island. Because that would be weird. Just strange things will happen. Leaves you in the ground. No. Are we rotating you? Yes. Why? Because we don't want you looking like you've been cloned. Right. Okay, cool. Anything else that can go on here? Dunno. I mean, we've just taken that big flat area of beach and just thrown a lot of stuff all over it. Palm trees. Palm. Like the tablet. Like the early 2000s tablet. Palm Pilot. Wow. I bet nobody remembers Palm as a company. It's like, yeah, we've created this cool thing and you can have... And then the iPad came along and it was just like, oh, wait, okay, well, I guess everyone's got iPads now. That was the thing. I don't know if I want... No, I don't. I absolutely don't. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about humans and their brains. Rules of 3. You can have 3 things and it looks fine. Put 4 in and it kind of looks like a box. Put 5 in and it starts looking different again. 7's fine. But if you're in doubt, the rule of 3 is where you ought to be. Because we put rocks down, we have to go to items, we have to go to rock, and we have to at least add 1, 2, some rocks to find, because otherwise people will be going, oh, there's no rocks. Where are the rocks? Where are the rocks? Bang on the rocks. And they won't, because there's no rocks. So things like this. Okay, fine, we can do exactly the same thing. Oh no, I tell you what. No, we have to do this. Objects, items. Okay, cool. Shoreline rock, fine. We want shoreline rock too. We want it. No, we don't. Absolutely not. Let's dunzo that. Let's deep six that before we actually get anywhere useful. There's just something about having it here that just wouldn't feel right. I do want... Ooh, potato plant. Hello. Boop. I don't think we've got enough of these little plants, and it's actually kind of lava. I don't think there's any reason to have that on our island. But hello. I know that we don't have enough potato plants, and we don't have any of those. In fact, let's put a second one up over here, just in case. There we go. There's no reason for it to be there. I'm sure it'll be used later on for something. Oh, young palms. Oh, hey. Okay. I'm going to put that down, that down. I'm going to make sure it's not too close to anything. Let's put that there. Young palms, young palms, young palms. Got to find the palm trees and then put a little young palm next to them. Otherwise, people would be like, it's not enough young palms, it's not enough fibrous leaves. Okay, fine. Fine, 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 fine. If you notice, I'm probably rushing a bit. And the reason for that is because there's so much island and so little time. It's just literally that. The game itself, if you've looked at any of the latest like machine-generated islands, rando-generated islands, you'll see that a lot of the palm trees can actually end up on the side, which is a cool little thing. Unfortunately, you can't get that here. You can't angle palm trees. I think it was originally disabled because of the just because of the climb mechanic. So you might be you might find yourself in a situation where a player is trying to climb something, and then they get completely. Let's move that out there because that's a handy place to actually come on shore, get to shore. A player will get themselves stuck in a new and interesting way, because if you create it, players will turn up and then break it. That's just a thing that players will do, and you'll be like, why? Same thing with members of the general public. I mean, if you've ever worked in customer service, there's your answer. People find new and interesting ways to break things, and you certainly don't want a bunch of players getting stuck climbing trees. It's like, oh no, or falling off, or breaking their ankles, because they were doing that in Stranded Deep, not members of the general public climbing trees at random. It wasn't a menace to garden centres. People were like, oh, you know what's going on? People are just going to garden centres, climbing small fruit trees and breaking both ankles. It's like, no. Somebody contact the BBC so they don't have to keep stealing articles off Reddit. Oh yeah, I went there. Okay. Actually, while someone's doing that, they may as well tell the BBC the difference. Well, show the BBC the difference between an opinion piece and an actual news article. I just put my hand over my mouth in real life. Yep, we're going full on renegade. Okay, we're just adding more trees to the interior, just to bulk out the island. Good. Do we need anything here? Yeah, let's do it. I mean, there's places where we just literally don't need anything, but we're going full ham on throwing things down. That feels like you should be there. I want you there. Welcome to the island. You have been selected. That's a ficus tree just been slammed down, spun around, and that's it. We're donezo for that. Other areas which we should leave open. Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of areas that are actually still open if we're looking at it. I mean, we're not completely filling this island up, even if we look over the stuff that we've already done recently. We're not just filling every square. I mean, it's still very open, but it just makes it feel a little less empty, I think is the word. So yeah, I just don't want it to be empty, which is fine. It's a good way to be. I just don't think that ficus deserves. Well, it deserves to be somewhere. It just doesn't. I don't feel like it should be here. But that's fine. Oh, hello. Nice. If you don't want it, hit it with the thing, and it'll turn into like a bunch of sticks. It's cool. Nice. So palms. Where? What? The alphabet. Come on. Why you got to be like that, alphabet? Let's throw a palm here. Boop, boop, boop. Done. Cool. But what about the interior? Oh, I know. It's so tricksy. filling in the exterior. And then you get to the interior and you're like, oh, well. No, you can have palms to the interior. I don't know if there's like... I have seen some islands and it's just a ton of palm trees, just like everywhere. You do not need to fill your entire island with a dense forest of palms. We've got a lot of trees here. We don't need like millions of peaches. No, millions of trees. We just need enough. I don't think the game uses anything like speed tree. I mean, I'd like to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. Yeah, I don't know how it handles dense woody forests. I mean, that's what we've built, essentially. So we've thrown some palms down. Again, different heights, different angles. That's fine. We've again avoided putting anything on top of this mountain because we just want players to be able to build up there, so I don't really feel the need to throw a ton of stuff up there, but we can put things like palm 1. You can come here by doing that because it's so freaking tall. We can rotate it and it just breaks up some of that silhouette. Again, we're viewing it from the sky, but players will be down sort of this height looking up at any time, looking around. Oh, and don't worry about floating physics objects because they will fall when the player enters the island. Cool. Where else are we going to put palm trees? I'm thinking the interior. Yep. The interior is good. The interior is good. And we don't get all the cool lighting effects in here either. You're like, well, what lighting effects are those? Well, lighting effects such as misty mornings. Wait, what? There are misty mornings? Yeah, they're totally misty mornings. I'm going to put the more mature trees down here. We can do this. It'd be interesting if you, I mean, again, if you don't want them, chop them down. Chop them down. Because it's something you can totally do. Yep. We had, interestingly, so I work for a photographic company. We do portraits and group photography and things like that. One of the images that we've been dealing with recently is one from the other side of the world. It's a huge group job. And it's from a country that's very hot. I'm deliberately not saying where it's from or anything about the account. But yeah, it's incredibly hot over there, and they seem to use palm trees as like windbreaks. So you've got this huge line of palm trees, and I'm like, wow. I mean, immediately got me thinking of the game, and I'm like, oh, hello, hi. Just want to make sure this one doesn't beans up this bit here. No, that's fine. Still got the tree arch unimpeded. So now we've got a few palms. I mean, it's okay putting two together. I like putting them on the diagonal, giving them a spin. There we go. It just adds a bit of variation to the canopy. Cool. Nice. Yes. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's good. I like it. Another. Brilliant. We're going to use some smaller palms. That's not a smaller palm. That's a smaller palm. Just on the hillside here. Boop. Just to say that, because I still want the view not to be completely broken or anything. But this hillside just needs something. Again, this is where we check the base of the tree. That's why I've been dragging him into the ground, because that is a little... it's not game breaking, it's just kind of poor. I mean, we are the map creator. So yeah, I just want the bottom base of the tree not to be floating, no gaps in the base of the tree, because the trees are not physics objects. If you put them down, they do not drop to meet the island mesh. I mean, you can have them all floating in the air if you want. You can create a weird sort of Jean Grey nightmare island where everything's kind of floating around. Jean Grey of X-Men fame. Or Dark Phoenix. Ooh. Who would win in a fight between Dark Phoenix and the Incredible Hulk? Answers on a postcard! I'm actually thinking that one over now. Do I know? Is that thing that... okay. I want to say Jean Grey. I mean, technically the Hulk, the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. And that's the thing. But with... I mean, you could just throw him into the sun. There's not many things that survive being in the sun. And if you have telekinetic power, you can just telekinesis them. Yeah, it's a tricksy one, that one. A tricksy one. We'll just throw some garden plants around. Because we can do that. So we'll just toss some stuff in. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. The thing about plants is, in general, they'll face the sun. So unless they are, again, we're just dragging them so they're popping into the ground. Unless they're in shade, typically they won't be at an angle. I mean, if you're planting trees on a hill, you can have them rocked over an angle. That's fine. No one's going to come along and say, "Oh, you know what? I don't like that thing that you did with that tree because it's all over an angle." No, trees do that all the time. Don't want to put stuff in there. No. We've got some stuff in here. I like putting plants next to rocks. I've said this in this episode, but I like to reaffirm things every now and again. Yeah, because seeds and stuff seem to collect where the wind does not blow. The wind will blow them into a crevice, and then the seeds just sort of take hold and plants appear. So there's a huge island for us to be putting stuff down on. We're going to have to give it a little look later on. Is the animals next? I think what I plan on doing is doing the animals next episode and any sort of sundry stuff. I'll probably just patch it, any sundry stuff off camera, because otherwise we'll be here forever. Yeah, I mean, we will literally. I mean, if it's up to me, I would probably spend years on a friggin' map, just making a map, because it's kind of, it is like this. It's a certain catharsis in just placing stuff around, especially at this level, especially once you've kind of got to a point where you're mostly happy with everything that's going on. You're like, you know what? Everything is fine. I'm happy with what's going on. I can just poke little plants here and there, just down into the ground. It's great. It's really, really good. I'd actually recommend to anyone going into the map editor for Stranded Deep and just having a play around. It's one of the more friendly map editors out there. Say what you will about the game itself. I mean, it's a good game. The updates, we all know in the updates, been a little bit beansed recently. That's no one person's fault. But the map editor, if you're interested in editing for video games, then it's kind of like, I guess, Unity Lite. It's nice to have a toolkit and just to be able to play around a robust toolkit. What are we thinking now? We've added quite a lot of stuff, even in this one episode. Fit terrain objects, we're not going to accidentally move stuff. It doesn't look like we've done much. We've done a lot. We still have open beaches. We have filled in areas that were previously a little too open. We've added more plants. We've added a lot more trees, especially to the interior. We've added a bit more variety to things. Yeah, it's looking good. I still kind of want to add a ton more extra stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Time and tide wait for no man or lady or blee. I don't know. There are a few curious things here. So logs. Press T. Press R. So the logs are a physics object. There we go. Logs are a physics object. This is one of the ones we failed to put in last time. And I'm just going to put it down close to the ground and then just my fingers aren't on the right buttons. I think that's probably what's causing some issues. So yeah, they're a physics object. You can put a few of these down. Just here and there. I am going to do that. So let's put some logs in here. See that? I think one of the problems with an island this big is we don't know how it's going to run until we go back into the real world. I'm going to put these in obvious places because I am. So these are essentially log sections from a palm tree. So this is a base section, and it means that, well, you can actually just drag them around. You can make campfires and stuff with them. You can drag them around a campfire. I don't think we can put a campfire down. I don't think I can, no, because it's not a physics object. So there are certain things you can't add in the game. So you can't put a campfire down. You can't put logs and stuff around it. I have tried that before. And because these are physics objects, you can't really build them into anything. Because I sort of looked at stuff like that before, and it just don't work. Don't work. So we're in a tree. We're in a tree. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's fine. It feels fine. It feels detailed. I'm gonna say we're probably about there. We should probably be adding animals next episode. Definitely next episode. So we've got, what have we got? We have all these bad boys. We got the boar, the crab, the marlin. Nope. We got the shark, great white. Probably not. Shark, tiger, yes please, and the snake. There is a tippy top trick to all of these, which will save your island from crashing and burning. We'll put some in, and then what we'll do is we will give the island a little test next episode, and we'll finish off by adding some shark boys. I think that's definitely a plan. So if you're watching this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe, and if you do subscribe, click the little bell, because that will give you notifications when videos go live. There's also a Facebook page. There's also a Twitter page for people who like Facebooks and Twitters, and all the videos get posted over there. And you know what? I'll catch you next time.